Okay, ready?
Yes.
Are you taking Maria's place?
Yes.
Okay, so today's Wednesday, January the 29th, and we're here at the public library for our meeting, which is scheduled for 5 o'clock. If we're running a little too late, a few minutes. It is 5:17. Order.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Angie, can you please call roll?
Yes.
Thank you.
Sandra Cavazos Ayala.
Present.
Manny Paris.
Present.
Roberto Ortiz. Absent. Maribel Valdez Rodriguez. Absent. Angelica Salinas.
Present.
Rosa Maria Cirellano.
Present.
Jose Obando.
Here, ma'am.
Esmeralda Rodriguez.
Present.
Rafael Romo. Absent. We have a vote.
Okay, thank you very much. We already did the pledge of allegiance. And citizens' comments? No citizens' comments? Okay, thank you. The minutes. Let's take a few minutes to review the minutes for December the 10th of 2019 that are in your packet. Do I have a motion to approve the minutes? Okay, do I hear a second?
Second.
And we have a first and a second to approve the minutes. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Okay, the minutes have been approved. Thank you. All right. Next, the communications and announcements.
Okay, hello everybody. My name is Eva Hernandez. I am the Level 3 Librarian in Technical Services here at the Main Library. I'm standing in for Miss Elise today. So she sends her regards. She is ill, but so Happy New Year from Miss Elise.
I was just going to ask, is she okay?
I think she's doing better, but we have had a bout of flu kind of flying around the library, so it's definitely it's been something. So we did receive a memo from the Office of the City Manager from our two co-interim city managers, Ms. Cabello and Mr. Eads, regarding budget restrictions that they are putting in place for the remainder of this fiscal year. They're trying to curtail any unnecessary spending just to make sure that we make it to the end of the year without any hiccups. So what they put in place, just to kind of summarize for you all, no overtime unless it is approved by the city manager. No non-essential expenditures will be allowed unless it's an emergency. So if our AC breaks down or something like that in the summer, which has happened in the past, we'll probably be able to push something through. But anything that's not absolutely essential probably won't be approved. Everything that is not currently filled, any of our positions, will remain vacant. They have put a freeze in place. So we did manage to put in a recommendation for our remaining Tech 1 position here at the library. As far as we know, it was approved.
Yes.
But it happened literally the day before, like the business day before this memo came out. So we're hoping that it did happen for us.
Got in there
That
before
it got
the,
in there,
before
but
the
any other
freeze.
position that was not filled within the city of Laredo, unless it's absolutely essential, is not going to be filled. They're all frozen.
And the reason for the freeze is what, because of the budget?
Yeah, so this is one of their, one of the things they're trying to do to make sure that we're good through the end of the year
Oh,
as far
end of
as
the year.
their
This year,
financials
2020,
go.
Yes,
Yeah, so it is earlier than it's ever happened before, from what our directors told us. That she's never seen it quite this early. But I think our city managers are being cautious, I think, just to make sure that we make it to the end of the year. The last thing they put in place was no travel that isn't grant related or grant funded, unless it's part of an essential job duty, because we do have different city employees that do need to travel for their job. So I think that's essentially it in brief. So a bit of a shock for us, but I think we should be all right.
Everything is possible.
So does that mean y'all are not gonna go to TLA?
It did get approved.
Oh, that did.
Yes.
That was before.
Right.
Yeah, I think they did manage to go in there.
That's in Houston, right?
Mm-hmm.
Are you going?
That's good.
Okay, so that's in regards to communications and announcements. And does anybody have any questions?
Just why is the freeze so early in the year?
In the year, I think they're just trying to curtail spending. So if the position's not currently filled, I think they're looking for ways to kind of save money.
But the budget has been approved already, right?
Yes, I
The
think
city
they're-
budget?
They're not receiving enough revenues.
Yeah,
from
they
the other
did cite
resources
bridge
that they
revenues.
have, whether it's like the bridge or.
Is this only at the library level or
No,
the whole
no,
city?
it's citywide.
The whole city is
Yes.
no freeze.
Yes.
Oh,
When
okay.
does the fiscal year end?
For us, September 30th.
Oh, that's right. It's not a calendar year,
No.
so it's
It's still early.
Yeah,
like
so
it
it's
is.
still, it is
Yeah,
still
it's
quite
like-
early.
till September, that's still a long way.
Yes, they usually don't start telling us to curtail spending until April sometimes.
Uh-huh.
So this one, it's unusual, but the revenues for the bridge haven't been what they've projected. And I think they've been talking about that at city council as well. So
It's the situation in Laredo, I guess
I'm sure
it's affecting
that must be
everyone.
part of it,
I think.
yeah.
Oh, I'm sure it's affecting a lot. It's
No, I
affecting the
Oh,
whole.
we can talk about that, but, no, I'm
Well, you're just
assuming-
in the economy in general.
That's the
Yeah,
economy.
right.
I think there
Yes.
hasn't been as much travel through
Yeah.
using the bridge system.
Yeah.
And that's something that we could probably cite as a factor. Yeah, any other questions regarding that?
It's just very interesting to, and unusual.
Yes, too early in the year.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm sure y'all will manage fine,
Yeah,
like we all have to.
Yes.
We all have to protect, we
Yeah.
have no choice. Okay, well, thank you for that, for letting us know about that. Next, under staff reports.
So we were supposed to have a presentation from the bibliotech, a digital library, but they were not in the lobby a bit ago
Yeah,
when we
I don't know
checked.
if they're gonna be coming later today, but we haven't gotten any emails or
That
calls
they were
that
not
they're gonna
coming?
come.
Can I ask a question for District 5 and District 6? Each district has a bibliothèque?
No, not currently.
Not currently?
I
just-
think the reason why they're looking for District 5 and District 6 together is that the site of this potential bibliothèque is right on the border. So it's the old fire station, that's the little building right next to the brand new fire station at Del Mar
Oh,
New Year's.
oh,
yes,
You know, it's like that little, it has like
Yes.
little archways.
Yes.
So that's the site
Front of
that
the
they're,
church.
that they're considering. Yes.
Oh, okay.
That would be
Yes.
nice.
That's very nice.
Yeah,
It's a nice
it's a
place.
very nice location, really close to the school, it's a
Mhm.
nice community.
Close to
around
Nine
it.
Parking
Elementary.
and everything.
Nine Elementary.
Yeah, accessibility and parking.
So is that open already?
No, this
No.
is something that's, I guess, in the works. They were gonna show us their proposal for
Today,
I
that's
guess
what they were gonna
upgrades.
come to.
I think that was their.
Do you think it could be rescheduled for next month?
Um,
Yes.
Can you call Angie and find out what happened? And you also want to hear them, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I think we should
Yes,
reschedule them
definitely.
for next month, okay? That sounds good, yeah, because, well, we don't know why they didn't come and they were scheduled.
Yeah, and potentially they may show up a little later this afternoon.
Okay, we'll still give them a break. I can vouch for that. It is the traffic out there, and then there was a little fender bender, and forget it. That's
yes,
just
that'll-
all the travel.
Yes.
That'll definitely do it. Okay.
So the next item we have is the semi-annual committee report to the mayor and city council. So everyone has a copy of this.
Yes.
So this is what our library director submitted to the mayor, and so she's providing this to you, to city council. Providing this to you for your records. You can see it's just in brief what you've been up to as far as the committee is concerned. And also the updated list, the contact list, and attendance up through now from last July to.
Can y'all check that, just to make sure that all the information is correct, and that your dates absent are also correct? I have a question. At the bottom, it says the committee would like to once again extend an open invitation to the mayor and all city council members to attend any of its regular meetings. I know that this is like something we do all the time. But weren't we gonna get a visit from the new councilman, Dr. Martinez, sometime last year?
Well, it was on presenting for the bibliothèque, so they were gonna send a representative.
Oh, I thought he was coming. Or
No,
was it a representative from Dr. Martinez?
Yes, I think that was a question as to whether or not he would be able to come to talk about it, to discuss it. But then, in that ended up turning out to be one
To
of
be
the
this
representatives.
presentation that, okay.
Yes.
Yeah, I was a little confused about that, I thought he was coming. I know, because we do extend him an open invitation, and we've had councilmen before to come, but anybody, for any particular reason, we don't just have him there. Just curious, because I know, I was just wondering about that, because I had heard the one time that he was gonna come or send somebody.
Yeah, initially that was the invitation for him to come and discuss it or to come and present. And I think it was still, at that time, it was when they had just started trying to figure out where to put it, stuff like that. And so then it ended up being some sort of presentation, but I haven't seen it. So.
Was that maybe because the bibliothèque is district? That's his district.
It's a combination.
All five is mine. Nelly Bielman.
4 or 5.
Yes.
And who's your councilman?
Nelly Bielman,
Oh.
but I'm here representing George Almond. Nelly, you're with Nelly now.
Yes, it's right on the border between your two districts.
Yes.
That's why they're both involved.
And it's nice here that she put that Mr. Guerra donated the books to the library, and all of that is very, very nice that it was put in the letter. And all of y'all, everybody's information is okay? Any questions on that? No? Okay.
So our next item is our library director's branch visits. She did include a copy of the checklist and the reports for each branch. So I'm not sure, we usually go through it first and.
They will go through it and
Yeah.
if they have questions.
The keypad system is still not running.
Yes, we're attempting the code for replacing the one for the staff entrance, but the other in the hallway is working. They come in and service.
And now with the budget freeze, is all this stuff is this part of the freeze, or is this gonna be gonna be taken care of?
Hopefully we can
Is it a freeze?
push it in to
Yeah.
have it repaired. since it's part of
I
it.
would say the keypads is
Yes.
essential.
Like the
Yes.
outside building painting, I
Well,
wonder
maybe
if
that could.
that's
evolve
gonna
into
be
next
put on
year.
hold, I
Yes.
wonder.
Yes, but not the door keypads.
No.
Or the broken window.
Yes, that
There we
also.
have the broken window still. The fire inspection was done?
Yes.
Yes, nice. In February. Oh, frozen position, assistant library director.
Yeah, that's
Yes, that one's been frozen for
for a long time.
bit,
Yes.
a while. I mean, since Mr. Vasquez left.
Do you feel the brunt of the freeze or?
In my area, that Tech 1 position is for my area, so I'm really hoping it goes through. I've been doing a lot of copy cataloging, which normally would go to my tech, but yeah, but I think we do feel
The impact.
the need, yes, definitely. So most certainly, yes. Oh, but as far as the cameras, I did get to see what the feed looks like when I was at a meeting at our IST department. They're really, really high definition, really nice cameras. They're able to keep a pretty close eye on who comes in, who goes out, who's approaching the desks, and
And who monitors those?
that would be our IST department has access, but it's also for PD to be able to jump in from a distance to see what the situation is before they arrive. Is what they have told us before.
The rock wall is still not in working condition at the LBD. The rock wall.
Still pending. Yeah, they haven't, the vendor hasn't responded back, it says we need to get someone else. To get it demolished.
Everybody okay on the first one? Any particular items? I do want to mention that my husband and I came to the authors event, what was it, remember that Saturday? Yes. It was so nice, so many people. The one where the authors were here with the books, selling their books.
That's wonderful. That's our festival.
Yes, the book
Yes.
festival. It was really, really nice, and a lot of people were here. So, and I had seen it advertised on TV the day before, and we were asking about advertising and promotion.
Yes.
So I guess, it does help to bring that
It
up.
does, it does.
Because I saw it being promoted, and in fact, there was a lot of people here, so obviously that promotion and advertising does help.
And that is what we want. We want, if you have great programs, and we want them to be well attended. That's- So the community will benefit. That's what we're here for, too. The community.
Yes.
You're fabulous because you have great programs, all these, that you present every month. I'm very proud of my library,
Yes.
my library.
Well, I felt very good also being here that day, and I bought several books. I got to talk to the authors. The place was swarming with people. Everybody from the library was here. You was here. And it just felt so good.
Yeah.
You feel so proud that you see that this is actually working, and
that's
people are
already
taking
people.
advantage of it. Most importantly, the service to the community. So congratulations, you all, and Maria's not here, but I told her that day, we took a picture, and it was very, very nice. I was very impressed.
I think that's what we want to see.
Yes.
We want to see a full library, great programs that you already have, and full of people, you know, because that's what we're here for.
That's right.
I'm sure staff would be really glad
Yes,
to
please, let them know that, I don't know if anybody else came.
I
but
came in the afternoon.
You came in the afternoon?
Yes,
Yeah,
and
we
there
came
was
in the
still,
morning.
and it was a later, because I had an event in the morning, but in the afternoon I came and there were still people, and the presenters went up and did a presentation at there. It was really,
Yeah, I mean, we came in the morning around, I guess, 10 o'clock or
Yeah,
something like that, and even my husband was, wow, you know, we stayed here for a whole hour, and it was very nice. I know, I still have books that I'm starting to read that I bought from Garcia, one of the authors.
Somebody's not.
Yes, it was very nice.
So I know, might be like that.
What is that?
I heard
You heard enough?
Heard enough.
Thank you, sir.
Estoy oyendo. Maybe it was just,
Were you going to say something or something?
no. And I'm waiting for the bibliothèque, that's why.
Yeah, you were thinking maybe they showed
That's
us,
what you
yeah.
heard. It might have actually been through this wall because at P15 they're having a program this evening, so maybe there might be some movement there.
Okay, the library director's branch visits, we already discussed that. Anything else? Okay, library programs.
So, in the packet you have before you, we are missing the Geek Week flyers. So Geek Week we usually do over spring break. So you should see those, I think, in your next packet. For your next meeting, so you have an idea. I think there's a handful of the Geek Week ones in here already.
Valentine's Day stuff.
There was some colorful.
Always very beautiful. Who conducts these sessions, like the 1, 2, 3, come play with me?
Let me see, is that one at the South Branch? Oh, 1, 2, 3 come play with me. This one would be Priscilla over at the McHenry Ochoa Salinas Branch. Since now they're also a designated family-based library.
Oh, okay. Oh, yes, it's very, very small. Anybody have any questions? Wow. There are.
Catalog.
So they get to check out these STEAM kits?
Yes, so I actually cataloged those, and it was really fun to do that. Yeah, they can borrow an
They're
entire
all
kit
STEAM
for
related?
me. Yes. And I want to say she had 2 copies of some of them, like the code one and the one that's a bucket, but the other ones, it was just one of each to see how they do, and if they do well.
And they take good care of them?
So you haven't had any issues as far as me knowing yet. But I know with the NASA backpacks, they also, every part came back with backpacks, which is really nice to see. People are taking good care of that.
I'm reading this author, Neil Gaiman. That's exciting, but only to the McHenry Ochoa. Yes.
I know she does a book club.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, very good. Good Omens is actually a pretty good read.
I know, but only open to the people in the south.
They don't have it here?
Yes, it's here. Yeah, I mean, it's here, but it's only in the south, in the Moss branch.
Right, that's what I mean, but what about this branch? No?
I don't think that they have that same program at this
Yeah,
branch, but
we have.
it might
But you
be
can, right?
Yeah, it might be something we can
Yeah.
approach one of the librarians.
Mhm.
I know kids from here can go there, no problem, but
What, to go to the south?
yeah,
It's
no,
far.
it's far. But it sounds like a wonderful program.
I don't think that they limit this particular one to children or teens. I think that's why they put the books
Like
are
for your
like
teen
To adult, teen to adult, yeah.
yeah.
It sounds very interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, pero sí.
A lot of stuff going on.
Well, I
Yeah.
remember when my kids were in the teen club, they had designated events at the different libraries, so the club would travel.
Oh, the trouble. So they will go, they
Yeah,
will
they
go
would.
over there. Okay, and we can, we're getting a report to find out how many people attended all of these,
Oh,
right?
yes, we're about to talk about
That
that.
is, I'm
That'll
curious.
be the-
I remember we were discussing that to see how many, because all of these are wonderful events and we wanted to know how many people attended. We're hoping that we get a lot. Attended.
Were there any questions on the flyers, or are you ready to move on to statistics?
Okay.
Okay.
Oh,
So,
I have a question.
oh, yes, yes.
Are you, for this, you know, they're all up to you. Again, my question, do you advertise on TV or just social media?
I think they've been focusing primarily on social
Social
media.
media, yes.
And I know for some of the larger events, we do, if it goes through our public information officer, then it'll go to KGS. So I know there's like a chain that we follow.
Because
So
I think this should be advertised to the community.
It's a really neat one. It's
very
really
nice,
nice.
I'm very impressed.
You
This
know,
must be,
another
you know,
thing that is free of charge, and I know I used to do it before, get with what it used to be the Laredo Negron, but I think it's, I don't know if it's Mindy or who it is now, at KGN, is for the noon show,
Yes.
right? The noon show is very effective, and we
Yes.
used to go with our flyers for the Imaginarium and
Oh,
promote.
that's wonderful.
Yes, and I could see you all there. I mean, I can imagine you all going there and saying, you know, for February, we have all these
Yes,
activities
yes.
available. You'd be surprised, a lot of
Yes.
people watch the noon show because they go home for lunch. And this will trigger probably some parents to bring them, and it's free of charge. You just have to call them and say, can we sign up for, you know, the noon show? Sometimes they don't even have anybody.
Right.
And I think this will help,
Yes.
and it's free. We did it a lot.
Yes, again, we want publicity for this, it's wonderful, you know.
Yeah.
Is there, I don't know if there's a fee for LMT online to be able to get some of the events advertised through the online?
Is there?
I imagine on the
Oh,
paper
I can
part,
check.
it would be, but maybe online,
Online,
that,
not
you know,
online.
just to send those flyers and flash them on
I think that
there.
anything that's public information, they
Yeah, they
will
should
put
be,
it
it
on
should
there.
be free because it's
That's what I
public.
would think, because these
Public.
flyers, if they were to, you know,
Mhm.
email those out, that would be, they're beautiful.
Mhm.
I'll ask.
Yes.
I'll call them too.
I agree with Esmeralda, they're so beautiful, well made. Tell them.
No, and not only that, they're beautiful, the actual activities I see here, the beautiful crafts that can be made by the kids. I would love my granddaughter to be here and be able to participate in the crafts here, and, you know, of course, she doesn't live here, but for the kids, there's a lot of kids that are out there that they don't have to pay, it's all free. And that's what parents are looking for, free stuff.
And then a lot of these have, you know, snacks or, you know, little, maybe a small meal, you know, to go with it, and that makes a big difference too.
But try that, calling KGNS and get yourself, there's still time for all this February, just so you can announce all the February stuff that's going on. And I can guarantee you that you get a lot of people finding out a little bit more than just social media. 'Cause you know, not everybody's on the phone with social media to check what's going on at the library.
I'm gonna have to excuse myself.
Okay.
I have another meeting.
We're almost done, we're about, almost at the end.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye, everybody.
Bye. Bye. Okay, the monthly statistics.
All right, so before you have the statistics for the month of December. As you can see, traditional circulation is like, it's just a national type trend where you see that less physical items are moving that are really in really tiny increments. However, our electronic resources have been growing as far as movement's concerned, and we've seen in our team collection a huge uptick of items being borrowed and used, which is always really neat to see. Anything else of note?
So just in story time, from 556 to 264, and then down to 128, right?
Oh,
That would be
You're looking at them,
I'm
they're
looking at the
others.
quarterly report.
No, they're
Oh,
looking at.
the monthly
Sandra.
statistics, so this,
It's-
and
so
we didn't review this?
Not yet.
We'll review that.
Oh, I'm getting ahead, okay, it was set,
Yeah.
it was
It's
put
this
in
one.
front
Yeah,
of me,
so
okay.
This one.
December's this is the usual report that you all see every month.
Oh, okay,
Your
yes.
safety
I'm
numbers.
sorry, I had this one in front of me.
While I was putting these together, I didn't see anything like
A drastic.
glaringly looked out of place or, we've got a pretty good collection growth happening.
I was reading somewhere today in the TLA newsletter that we get, that there's a large percentage of people, that students and individuals that still attend library, go to the library and check out books and participate because because of social media and so many things nowadays that definitely want people to come.
Yeah, there was that really neat news story that's been around this week that more people used the library last year than went to the movies. Which I thought was
Yes,
really
yes, I think that's the one that I was looking
I thought it
at.
was really
Did you see that
interesting,
one?
yeah.
Yes.
That was music to my ears. I
Yeah.
love reading that,
Yes,
yes.
did you see that? Yeah, that's the
And
one.
right now, when I was coming to the meeting, there was a grandmother there with her.
Yeah.
Lots of books.
Mhm.
I'm sure
She was
still
there.
there.
Mhm.
Yeah, and that,
So
Yeah,
good.
there was
Yeah.
people have been using the space down here ever since we put these tables out in the lobby. It's always bustling. It's really neat to see. I love, like, as a librarian, I love seeing the library being used as well.
Mhm. Of course.
Yeah, so even if we're not seeing it maybe reflected in our circulation numbers, when we move over to programming, you'll see that there's something going on every day at every branch, and people are attending, which is it's really nice. It's awesome. But does anyone have any questions about December's numbers or anything you thought that maybe you'd like some clarification?
yes, I find too. There are in some statistics that you have minus 59%, minus 95%.
Yeah, so anything that has like the negative
Yeah.
percentage is gonna be that it was like not growth, it would have been, the number got smaller from this same point last fiscal year. And so you'll see a lot of that up in the circulation area, specifically because people are borrowing less stuff. And I think part of it is because we have expanded our electronic resources. So we see growth in that area, especially with the app that people use the most is Hoopla, because you can borrow movies through Hoopla. So you can just not leave your home and use it through your phone,
Wow.
cast it to your TV, use your Apple TV. It's a really neat app. I
have to
really
learn how
like
to
it.
use
I was good to say the people that know technology.
I know.
Yeah, and so it's
Oh, no.
actually really neat. I really love Hoopla. So it's great. And
We're all
we've
school
seen more
CD.
patrons who use it, so it's one that we're definitely holding on to. But yeah, so Hoopla's great. Yeah.
Yes.
And so those numbers you'll look at, e-collections for this month is over 2,200 uses, which is
Yeah.
crazy. It's wild. Yeah. And so now we're at the end of January, so come February 1st, I'll be able to pull all the numbers to go at January. And
Yeah.
Yeah, we're a month behind.
Yeah.
Very good.
All So the quarterly program report that you were
That's the one
interested
that I
in
was
seeing.
looking at.
So this one, you can see the same format as last quarter. It's divided by month and by branch. So you'll see in October, some of the huge standouts were our trunk or treat, which was a massive success and almost too successful. You could barely move in the lobby.
2,800.
It was amazing. But so we have the stuff that happens every month. We have story time, snap circuits, and down here at the very bottom, let me see, probably from about number 14 down are going to be a lot of adult programs in there. The border region partnership that we have is they bring usually anywhere between 12 and 15 of their residents or to come and they do some type of activity.
Where
Sometimes
where is that?
And the
So,
first page
the
here,
first page?
border region.
Yeah, so they've been doing that
Number
since the
14.
fall, and it's been really consistent. The librarian who's handling it says that she's really loving it. She's building up good rapport with them, and it might be something that sticks for her.
That's wonderful.
Yeah, so it's been really really
Yes.
neat to see that
And they
they're
bring them here, the client, they call them clients. I'm in
Yes.
that, I'm in the, on their board too.
yeah.
So, well, that's good to know.
Yeah,
For
so-
border
and-
region.
For border region, well, with the volunteers, from Maryland, they are,
Oh,
and the
yes.
volunteers, not the border region,
Let's see, and we have
border region volunteers.
Let's see, White Art was the one with the books that we purchased with the art teacher.
They need a lot.
We did, we were trying out that number 23, that module 8 management, which would be managing debt. That one was a partnership we had with IBC Commerce Bank, which ended up being pretty neat, so I think we might be
The
doing some.
knitting club,
some
100
next-
people
Oh, yeah.
came, the knitting club.
Yes, to knitting club, yes.
And literacy fair in essay writing, 140. I am impressed
Well,
that
I think
anybody
that
would
was
want to,
One of Danielle's
Essay.
programs. that you
yeah,
had.
write essays.
Mhm.
Literacy fair and write essays. That's, you know,
Let's see. Large programs in November. We went ahead and put the book sale in November's numbers for the main library. And I don't know if any of you were able to come to visit the book sale, but it's pretty bustling. It's always busy, and we always get a lot of questions and people who come and buy boxes and boxes and boxes of books. And that was, I think, a pretty nice success.
yeah, 1,170, is that?
Yeah, so, and that is, I think if we could go back and like scan everyone, we probably would have had more visitors than that. Yeah, it was busy that week. In December's, the really large standout ones are gonna be Navidad Fest, which is our big Christmas time stuff. And then the book festival as well, which you saw
1,000
was
people.
quite busy. Yeah. Let's see. And so that's for the main library. The other branch libraries, you're not gonna see numbers quite as high. Or we'd be breaking all types of fire code, I think, in some of the smaller locations with numbers that high. Yes.
Oh, yeah, because of the capacity.
Yes. So if you look at the McKendrick, Ochoa, Salinas numbers, they did include their own numbers for Navidad Fest as well, because they run their own Santa's workshop. There's 2 Santa's workshops run by the library, one primarily by the main library and the other one by the South Branch. So they counted those statistics for their library location.
What's the Harvest of Health at Mercy Ministries?
That is, I'm not sure exactly. It's one of the programs they reported. 'Cause these are the branches are reporting these to us. Yeah.
So, not all the branches have the same program, right?
No, every branch has, I guess, its own flavor,
Yeah.
so to speak.
Okay.
And I know that they'll try different things, and if see what might work
Applicable
for
to their clientele.
yeah, see what might work for their community, because every branch has its own, I guess, its own vibe. So there's
Those who bought the Clark Elementary, that means that they went to Clark?
Oh, yes.
Or-
Yeah, so that would be like an outreach. I think this one does include some outreaches as well.
Okay, so they came over here to Clark Elementary.
Yes, yeah. And usually, whatever branch library, wherever it is, they'll be the ones in charge of like the schools that are in the immediate vicinity in either ISD.
So they go to the school, like this one, they went to Heights Elementary, they went to Clark, they went to Juarez Lincoln, and Mr. Lester Fox School.
I know like the inner city library is really close neighbors with Santos Ochoa and Tarver.
Yes,
and I know
they're right
that
there.
the librarian does go to those schools.
Relatively Kennedy Zapata,
I see your Navidad Fest, the MOS and here, of course,
Yes.
is well attended. What does this entail, the Navidad Fest?
Navidad Fest. So that's a huge city event that is, I guess, primarily organized by Ms. Solis.
Yes, and then she gets all the departments involved.
Yeah, and so we have photos with Santa. They do ice skating at the ice rink. That's free with a ticket. You just have to show up.
Where
to,
do they put their ice rink?
Since we're at the, I guess, the same Zotto Arena now.
Yeah.
About to call it LEA. Since it's at the same Zotto Arena, they use the ice there.
Oh,
Wow.
so these people went over there and during
Yeah,
the
so-
Navidad Fest?
Yes.
And how do you know how the count?
I think Navidad Fest, they use a door count as
They
well.
do
And
activities.
the activity
The
count.
activities, they
Yeah.
do 1,000 activities for 1,000 kids.
Mhm.
Oh, so that's how you count?
Yeah.
Yeah, so
That
it
the
was
kids
likely
went.
more
That
than
they
that,
went
yeah.
inside and did an activity.
The other thing that we count, we have them give tickets at the box office for the Santa photo, and we'll count
We'll
those.
count
We
how many, how many got the photo.
Yes, but it's a pretty big event. I think one of the larger events that we
Yeah,
participate in the year.
Wow.
Yeah. So I
Yeah,
was
it-
up
we
next
saw
to
that on
Santa.
TV also, that it was advertised and it also was after the, it was promoted.
Yes, I was the elf on TV in the background.
Yeah.
Like 2 different times, just like oh yeah. Angie too, again too.
Yeah, I didn't see myself.
We were there for media day.
For-
Yeah.
Does anybody have any questions on the monthly statistics and the quarterly report?
Yeah, so we'll see another quarterly report, but not until April's week. When it covers
So it will be
January,
January, February, and March. Okay. Library advisory committee members absent, who is that? Bob?
Ms. Ortiz,
Maribel, wow.
Andres Rodriguez,
Two?
and Rafael Romo.
Oh. Okay, items for next meeting? Well, I would think that the presentation,
That's your
correct?
bibliothèque.
What else, has anybody? Items for next meeting, just that, the presentation of where's
The biblioteca.
Anybody else have any?
And what's here, there are some branches that need a lot of things fixed and
Oh,
that concerns me, you know.
that they be, to see if they get done by next.
There were some very basic things like fax machine. Well, who uses fax anymore?
We really get
Really?
Yes, we
Really?
do.
Fax machine?
At this location and the South
Oh,
Branch, yes.
A lot of stuff,
They're-
they want you to fax in instead
Right.
of or email.
Especially
And
right now.
an email, they're very, some confidential documents.
Yes,
Oh, okay.
especially during tax time, they do sometimes request fax, which is it's very it's strange,
So
but
I
no,
saw
it's
the
just-
excess in several fax machines not working. And 2 dead computer ports. I don't know.
Oh yes, that Baskin.
Yeah.
Yes. I know they did have some computer port issues during the flooding that they had a couple years back, so it might be that those ports just
Or not working.
yeah, like the others came back online, but maybe not those.
Are y'all doing any of those, the FIDA income tax?
Yes, doing the Friday, Saturdays?
Yeah, I think they always did stay the same.
Did stay the
Friday
Friday,
and Saturday. They had their first Super Saturday this
And
past
it's-
weekend, and it was busy.
And how are y'all advertising, Avita? Because I didn't know there would be an opportunity. I know the schools are advertising in the newspaper, but all four high schools.
Flyers, but I don't know, it's
Flyer.
through the VITA, they haven't sent us any flyers.
They have.
Yeah.
Oh, it's this through them?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's through that.
Maybe you can ask us,
Request.
yeah, request the flyers so that we can,
Sure.
and then send them out to the different organizations. I know the passport is still working,
Yes.
because I came
Not
today.
yesterday, not yesterday.
No, not yesterday.
We didn't have any agents, we have no all
since-
sick.
Did you come
I
in?
come,
Oh,
my
I came-
nephew was here.
Really, I came last month and somebody was here to help me, and then I came to get it checked, so it's ready to mail. And my husband was just waiting for it.
Succumb to
Oh,
illness,
so don't come anytime soon.
affected their.
We came here, then we went to the post office. Nobody.
Tampoco.
We had to go to the tax office. So finally, he got it fine.
At the tax office?
Yeah.
They were can?
Yeah, but that's where that's like, I think the biggest place, I think, I don't know.
Oh, I don't know where people, well, I guess they're, I don't know if their hours and how much passports they do,
But,
but probably the second one.
but I can tell you, they were very impressed with the library. My sister from out of town, my nephew. Yes, they were very impressed with the
That's good.
library. They loved the children
Yes.
section.
Yeah.
and-
It's good.
Yes.
Very inviting.
Yes, I was, estaba presumiendo.
Qué bueno, qué bueno.
That's a
Pero we have, yes, we have to offer, I think we have a great library. And like, of course, there were no people, it was Monday morning when I came, which is not yesterday. Oh, no, yesterday, yes,
Tuesday.
Tuesday morning.
Yes, it was Tuesday.
Yeah, Tuesday, so there was not a lot of people at 10 o'clock, but, but the facilities are,
Staff will be very glad.
yes, very nice.
Okay, anything else?
That's it.
Do I hear a motion?
I so move.
Second? All those in favor? Those against? Okay, so it is approximately 6:04. Very good, almost, very good meeting. Yes. We can now talk about anything else.
Mr. Wanda, I'm sorry,
It's
when I
okay.
asked that question, I forget.